Infinite and Divine is a new rock band from Sweden whose debut album is out now on Frontiers Records. It's a female-driven hard rock album that's full of energy. I sat down with lead vocalist Tezzi to chat about Infinite and Divine and what it's like releasing an album during a pandemic. Before we check in with her, let's take a look at a clip from the music video for the single Infinite and Divine. Tell me what Infinite and Divine as a band means to you, and what would you like it to become?
For me, right now, it means a lot. The thing is, I mean, I've been doing music most of my life, basically all my life, but sometimes you just find, I guess eventually you just find that thing where everything just feels right, you know, it clicks. The chemistry between me and Jan working together, and the music, and it's so much fun. I'm enjoying it so much, and I want everything. I want it to go all the way. That's what I want. That's what we both want, me and Jan. And it's really exciting, and we're pretty overwhelmed with the how to say, people's reactions to the songs and everything. So we're kind of on cloud nine, both of us right now. It's gotten really well received, and better than we could have hoped for.
So why Infinite and Divine as a band name? Does it have a special meaning to you?
Actually, we had, everything happened so fast when we got signed to Frontiers. I mean, me and Jan met, and decided that he had some songs, he needed vocals, and we said, like, well, let's try it out and see what happens. I mean, we ended up noticing that we live 2 minutes away from each other. So it was like, okay, I'll go there, grab a cup of coffee, and do some hard rock singing. That's fun. And we recorded 2 songs to start with. And there was another 2 songs already there with lyrics done, so recorded them as well, and it felt good. So we decided to like continue. So I started writing lyrics for the rest of the tracks, and he asked me, "Well, is it okay if I just send this around to see if we get some like input?" Yeah, sure, go ahead. And a couple of days later, he said, "Well, we have a proposal from Frontiers." It's like, okay. So we sent another song, and they were like, yeah, okay, here's a proposal for the deal. What is the name of the band? Do you have any promo pictures? And we were like, no, we don't have a band name yet. We don't have any promo pictures. We have nothing, basically, because we're talking about maybe 3-4 weeks from where we recorded the first until we got, you know, the contact with Frontiers. So we were trying to figure out the band name, you know, pretty stressful. What are we supposed to, what is our name going to be? I mean, it's a hard thing coming up with a band name, and because you're pretty much stuck with it. Once you choose it, it's not like we can have this for a week and then we can change it. So no. So we were trying different things, for making lists and everything, but then we had the track Infinite and Divine, which is also the first one actually I recorded. So we kind of figured, well, actually that's not bad for a band name either. And yeah, that's how it went, actually. It had a meaning. That's kind of the song that brought us together, and so we figured that we'll take the name from the song.
Cool. So you said he's just down the road from you. Did you meet him before you decided to be musical partners?
Yeah, we met in 2019 through mutual friends. So we were away watching some gigs together with our friends, being on stage, and hung out a few times. So we met briefly. We didn't really know each other at all. Well, when we started the project, it was more like in the getting to know, like, okay, acquaintances. Yeah, we say hi and talk a little when we see each other. So we met shortly before it all started. So this whole journey creating the album has been like a get to know each other phase as well. It's been really, really fun and exciting.
It all seems like it came together really fast. So you must have known right away this was going to be a great musical relationship.
Yeah, actually, sometimes you just have that nice feeling. All the vibes are correct, are right, and I don't know. Maybe I'm making up grammar here with my English. I'm sorry, but but yeah, it just it has been really comfortable. It's like we are both kind of down to earth and like, yeah, we'll try it and we'll see how it goes. And we tried that. And it's not two giant egos trying to have their will. We're both very open to like, let's try this. Okay, that didn't work. Let's try your way. Okay, that worked. Okay, we'll go that way. So yeah, it has been really, really, really nice and comfortable. It just works out.
So you said a lot of the songs were musically written already. So how do you guys work together? Does he write all the music and you write all the lyrics?
And yeah, that has been the case on this album. Since most of the tracks were already done, we needed to add some tracks to make it a full-length album. So he started writing more songs right away. But as it has been, he does the tracks, the music, and he's a genius. So I fully trust him with all of that. And then I come in and I write lyrics, and in some songs there's been a melody already because he's done it, and I've been tweaking that around to make it work for me. And on some songs I've been doing both the melody and the lyrics, and that's how we'll continue to work right now with new tracks that we're actually already starting.
So COVID has obviously put a bit of a halt on launching with live events, but did the COVID hurt your process of recording at all, or was it done before that?
No, actually, luckily enough, it was done before that. We started 2019, the end of 2019, late summer, and we finished the vocal recordings and everything in the beginning of 2020. And we did the photo shoot and the music video basically right before everything crashed here in Sweden as well with the COVID and everything. So we just in time got everything done before we just had to sit at home and wait, basically.
Is there a theme or a message you want to get across in your music?
I'm guessing on this album, well, the title says a lot, actually. Silver Lining. There's a mix. 4 of the songs are written by Adam, not me. But I mean, I have a tendency to write from what I know and my own experiences and things like that. And it's a mix. It's both dark and light in this album, but I'm guessing the main theme would basically be pushing forward, going through hard times maybe, but learning from it, growing stronger from it, and all of that. So yeah, it's kind of okay, things have been tough, but we'll just keep on pushing forward, basically. There is a silver lining. Kind of like that, I guess.
Absolutely. Infinite and Divine is not only a band name, it's a song name, as you mentioned. So tell me about that song and the creation of it.
And that creation, that was one of the songs that was already created, both actually lyrics, melody, and music when we started this project, since it was the kind of trial, a tryout thing for me to record. So I can't personally say John should have been here answering that question of the creative process behind that song, because I wasn't really in it except for singing it. But it was, when he sent me these 4 songs, and I instantly reacted on the guitar riff in the start, and I was like, yeah, I love this. This is going to be awesome. I want to sing this. And I was really, really nervous doing it because, he heard me sing, but that doesn't mean it was going to work out with the songs. That's a completely different thing. But it worked out well. So it's kind of the bonding song for us somehow.
Was that the very first song you heard? Which one was the first song?
The first song, 2 of the first, the other 2 are on the album, so no one's heard them yet, but it was actually I Feel Alive and Infinite and Divine. The 2 singles we released are 2 of the first songs, the tracks that I got sent that we started with. So it feels kind of natural and nice in a way that that's our 2 first singles, because those were the 2 first songs we recorded.
There's a full band in the video for Infinite and Divine. Is that your official band, or is that still to come?
That is still to come. We have Jens, our drummer. He is going to be with us when the COVID situation has calmed down and we can go out and play. And the rest we're kind of figuring out right now. Considering we don't know when it will be possible to be out and play again, we kind of put things on hold a little. But we have a bass player as well. That's taken care of. But then the rest, additional keyboards, additional guitar, we'll see. But we are starting to kind of trying to think and prepare putting those things together, so that we're ready when it's possible. Or depending on how long this takes, maybe do a live stream or something would be really, really cool, because we've been waiting for a long time now. I mean, this was recorded like in 2020, the beginning. We want to be out and play as well. We want to take this to the stage. So we're working on it.
The music sounds very modern, but deep inside somewhere, there's an old soul kicking around. Where does that old soul come from?
I think it comes from both of us in a way. We do fancy a lot of the same music. We're both Queensryche fans and have a lot of influences from there, I guess. And I do like the mixture, and Jan as well. The songs are pretty different from each other when you line them up. And at first we were asking ourselves, is it too much like different directions? And then we just decided that nope, it's not. We like it, because we like the mix of some songs having, like you said, more old direction and soul, and other ones being more modern. I think that's basically our taste in music for both of us. Actually, we have influences from all directions, and we put them together, and well, this is what happens.
So the other song that people have heard is I Feel Alive. You've mentioned it earlier. Tell me how you feel about that song and singing it. It's a positive message, uplifting, very, powerful, right?
Yeah, it is. I mean, I think it's something that you can, when you feel it, you can, when you sing it, I mean, you can really feel the lyrics and the message, and it's empowering in a way, and refreshing. And I think it's a really good song. So that was also one of the favorites when I heard the tracks, when I got the tracks sent to me, like, yeah, I want to do this.
So what is one of the songs that you wrote that you absolutely passionately love?
Um, Ooh, it's hard to pick one, but I think Not Too Late is really close to heart when it comes to lyrics. And yeah, that's one of lyric wise and everything. I think that one hits home pretty much.
Okay, so tell me
And
about that song.
well, that is basically that's kind of a type example for the theme we're talking about. Like sometimes, you know, you can be strong enough, but sometimes you kind of just need someone to hear you out. Someone you sometimes you just need, well, it actually doesn't have to give advice back or anything. Sometimes you just need to be heard. And that doesn't mean that you're not strong. That doesn't mean that you're not going to make things or anything. That kind of, I'm trying to find the words in English right now. I can take it in Swedish instead, but that would be very hard to understand. Um, Basically, if you go through hard things, it's easy to look at a person and see only that, and not always see the progress that person has made, and still see that person as very, very fragile, which might be the case, but sometimes you just need someone to listen to what you're saying and actually see all the progress you made and that you are strong in yourself, depending on no matter what you've been through. Actually, that pretty much makes you stronger. So it's hard, always hard to put it in words like this. I mean, of course I've put it in words, I've written it, but to describe what's been written, that's always tricky. But I think you will have to listen for yourself to get the deeper meaning of it.
You mentioned as you were describing that you had a hard time going from Swedish to English. What's that like singing? Because English would be the second language.
Yeah. Well, singing it feels natural. English has always been my language in writing when it comes to songs. Actually, I have a hard time writing in Swedish because I get too picky and I think nothing's good enough. So I think actually I tried a couple of times previously to write songs in Swedish, and you know, it just goes with a pile of paper, shove it up, growing and growing and growing, and then I go, no, I'm not going to do it. So that it feels natural to sing in English. Actually, it's just trying to get the pronunciation and all of that. It's not always easy, and sometimes you get, you know, have the Swedish accent when you sing it, but can only do my best.
So is there a Swedish song to come at some point? Do you think you're going to create one day?
Oh, well, now I almost have to take that as a challenge. So no.
You have been challenged.
I have been challenged. I have to write a Swedish song. I don't know. I don't know. Maybe. I mean, it's not impossible. Never say never. There are a lot of beautiful Swedish songs, and I used to write a lot of like poems and novels and things like that, and those I wrote in Swedish. But for some reason, as soon as I need to put music to it, it's like, no, can't be done in Swedish, has to be English. But yeah, well, maybe I will not, I won't say that it won't happen. Maybe.
So in the songs, it sounds like there's a lot of power in your voice. So tell me about your singing process.
You mean my process as like learning how to sing, or
It takes a very special voice to be able to sing like this.
yeah. Well, I think I've always been singing, and I went to when I went to school from how old were you were 11 up to 15. I went to like a special class where we had a lot more music education than normal schools, but it was like big the choir singing. And at sometimes there were like solos, and I always auditioned for the solos because yeah, I wanted to sing solos and I never got them. And I got to hear all the time, like, no, your voice, it's good, but your voice is not meant for this pretty things. You have, yeah, your voice would be good maybe for rock and roll or for rock. It's like, okay, yeah. And I'm not complaining because it works out. Then I continued actually after that, studying music a bit, but basically we had a karaoke machine at home. And and I kept like singing and singing and singing and recording myself on tape, the old-fashioned tape, and listening and like, what can I do better? And yeah, it was luckily we lived in a house. That's good. If we would have been in an apartment, we would have been evicted a long time ago, because I was just screaming, singing, and downloading my own tracks that you could use for the karaoke machine, and hard rock tracks and everything. So somehow it came naturally because I have a kind of deep and like raspy, I don't know if that's a word, but voice, even when I speak and everything. And I love hard rock and metal music. So as soon as I had the courage to try it, it felt comfortable. I'm like, yeah, I think I can do this. It's wasn't always easy, finding the technique and everything. You first stood in the garage screaming your voice until you couldn't speak, but you got the hang. I got the hang of it eventually.
So singers like Celine Dion remains quiet before she sings. Others drink tea, some do vocal runs. What do you do to prepare?
I should do more vocal runs than I'm doing, actually. It's usually like sitting around talking and then like, oh shit, it's stage time in 10 minutes. I need to warm up my voice. But yeah, I usually go around doing all kinds of strange noises, and in previous band, the guys are mocking me, sounding like the same, or sound like a weird bird and stuff. So I basically do that. I'm not very good at keeping quiet before the gig because I like talking to people. So it's basically just a mental preparation and some trying to warm up my voice, drink a lot of water, maybe some tea if it feels like you're a bit, if your voice is a bit tired, but nothing special, actually.
So your look in the first promo photos and music video is basic black with some leather, just a little bit of, that metal feel to it. Is that a good representation of who you are?
I think so. If I were to look in my wardrobe right now, that's pretty much suitable. But yeah, it is. It is definitely, actually. I just like that. I like the rock metal clothing attitude and everything. It feels like me.
So I noticed the nose, the lip piercing, the earrings. Is that the extent of how much you're going to go? Or are you going to be one of those girls that loads up with tattoos and more piercings?
Oh, no more piercings. No, I'm fine with this. I did this one when I was 18 and the nose one when I was 20, I think. And I'm fine with that. Tattoos, on the other hand, I love tattoos, and probably will have some tattoos more. I have one, but it doesn't show. It's on my side here. But they cost money, and I haven't really been able to like fully cover myself with tattoos, but tattoos will probably come eventually, more of them, because I love it, but no more piercings. I'm fine with this.
Thanks to Tezzi for that great interview. Check out Infinite and Divine's debut CD, Silver Lining, out now. That's all we have for you this time. We'll see you soon.